Happy Thanksgiving Eve, television family. We have gathered once again to, well, hopefully inform and entertain you. On this Wednesday, the 23rd day of November, 2022, I am Dan Kuntz, and we are live here from Studio 4 in downtown Wenatchee. What do we have? First of all, right out of the box, this is the, we get these from Rivercom every morning, even weekends, I might add. It's called the Law Incident Summary Report, and basically this is everything that Rivercom dispatched, either law enforcement, ambulance, fire. If they toned it out and they dispatched somebody, we get these reports of whatever that they did. So how did we do with the first snowfall yesterday here in the Wenatchee Valley? Not good. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office responded to 8 accidents during the course of the day. This is between midnight and midnight. Douglas County had it easy. According to Rivercom, they only responded to 1 accident yesterday. This does not include the State Patrol, by the way. This is just local law enforcement, not the State Patrol. East Wenatchee Police Department responded to 10 accidents. I highlighted them in yellow. But the winner, going away, the Wenatchee Police Department responded to 28 accidents yesterday. And in the 2-hour time period, the roughly 2-hour time period, between 1:18 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 1:18 to a little after 3, the Wenatchee Police Department responded to 21 accidents in a little less than 2 hours, 28 total altogether. And that doesn't even count Washington State Patrol. Yeah, it was a pretty nasty commute. Now, it's considerably better today. The one story, the only thing you need to worry about today is fog. There's a lot of it. Look behind me. A lot of freezing fog. Temperatures at the mountain passes at the summit are considerably warmer than it is here in the Wenatchee Valley. It's 22 here in the big city. It's above freezing on the major mountain passes, and they are much easier to get through, by the way, than they were yesterday. There's just one requirement, Blewett Pass. It's a traction tire requirement on this very busy travel day. Traction tires are advised on I-90 and on Stevens, and they're not expecting any significant snowfall. That system has come and gone. So you might want to wait a couple hours if you have to head up into the mountain passes. But again, outside of Blewett, which has a traction tire requirement, doesn't look too bad. Complete forecast details are coming up. We're going to be in for a fairly quiet, benign weather pattern, by the way. We'll give you all that other stuff. And by golly, you know about the movie Devotion, the Korean War movie with a couple of fighter pilots who made history. It's based on a true story. The sequences that take place in the air, the aerial sequences, were filmed right here in Wenatchee last January. So there's a lot of local buzz about this movie Devotion. And if you're not familiar with it, I'll give you the synopsis right now. Devotion, by the way, is playing at the Liberty, the Gateway, and the VIP Lounge at the Gateway. Academy Award winners George Clooney and Julia Roberts reunite on the big screen as exes who find themselves on a shared mission to stop their love-struck daughter from making the same mistake they did. It's called Devotion. You know what? I read the wrong one. Anyway, Devotion, based on the best-selling book. You want to go? Got you some tickets. This is for the VIP Lounge, by the way. It's playing, again, Devotion is playing at the VIP Lounge in the regular theaters at the Gateway and at the Liberty. So it's all over the Wenatchee Valley. Winner at ncwlife.com. Winner at ncwlife.com. Send me in your email, and I'll draw one winner out before the end of the day today. Actually, no, because it's a short day and we're not here. I'll do the drawing on Friday. I'll give you all the way till Friday to get in your entries, and then I'll do the drawing then, okay? 2 tickets to the VIP Lounge to see Devotion. 2 tickets to the VIP Lounge to see the movie Devotion. Don't forget the rules. Because it's the VIP Lounge, you got to be at least 21 in order to enter the contest. Employees of Solion Communications and Local Tel Broadcasting or whatever else is called, you are not eligible, so sorry, Dimitri. And, of course, you have to be a VIP. And if you don't enter, you can't win. Anyway, send me in. Winner at ncwlife.com. Winner at ncwlife.com. And I'll do the drawing on Friday, all right? 1 entry per email address. Don't forget about that. All right, let's do our tour, Captain. Let's see what we have out there. Somewhere down there is the Wenatchee Valley. That's our usual camera that we begin with. Yeah, we got, I don't know, a couple of inches of snow where I live. Other locations in the higher elevations got 2 or 3 inches of snow. A lot of spin-outs, a lot of accidents all over the place yesterday afternoon. Things are easier now. Thank goodness. That's a good-looking sunrise. We're not there yet. Sunrise today, 7:17. Sunset tonight, 4:17. That's exactly 9 hours of daylight. We will go below the 9-hour mark on Thanksgiving Day, and we'll be even less than that the day after Thanksgiving. Let's head to downtown Wenatchee to the roof of the Cascadian. Looking north on North Wenatchee Avenue, you can see the Chamber of Commerce building, the Coast Hotel, the KPQ building, Bob's. By the way, they have great BLTs at Bob's. Just a quick little plug out to the Cuskies. Light traffic, a lot of light traffic. Now, of course, it is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. A lot of people traveling today. And a lot of offices will be closing a little bit early, including ours. Just a heads up there. Camera number 3. I think we're heading out to the Basin, if I'm correct. Beautiful sunrise. That somewhere down there is Ephrata. That is gorgeous, just stunningly gorgeous out there in the Columbia Basin. Beautiful sunrise there. Good morning to our friends in Ephrata. Pleasure to see you. And Arrondo Rock chimes in, and I believe the good captain has that pointed to the south. So we're looking at Lake Aniat, also known as the Columbia River. The highway looks pretty good, Highway 2, Highway 97. Can't quite make out Turtle Rock or the Wenatchee Valley proper. And that's going to be the story today. Low clouds and fog all day today, most of Thanksgiving. High pressure is rebuilding. The big difference is it's going to be considerably warmer. We've had 17 consecutive days now with our afternoon high being below normal. Yesterday we got to 29 and the overnight low was 20. Here's your holiday weekend forecast beginning for today. Just light impact, moderate to light impact on your traveling. Things are looking pretty good. The later in the day that you wait, the better off you are, as it's going to warm up and whatever black ice might be out there is going to dissipate. The passes will continue to improve, as will the main arterials. Very quiet on Thanksgiving. No real travel issues at all. And all in all, really, the holiday weekend is just really not happening until we get to the very end of the holiday weekend. Like on Sunday, that's when we start maybe talking about a little bit more measurable snow and precipitation. But the storm has passed, and we're in for a pretty quiet period for the north central Washington area and really all of the Pacific Northwest. From our friends at Apple Valley Honda and the National Weather Service, here is your forecast. The fog is freezing out there, and it's going to be hanging around, and then the sun is going to come out and burn that fog off. We'll get up to 35, still well below normal. Our normal high is 41. We're not going to get there. 28 for the overnight low tonight. Again, clouds and fog will reform, so the sun will burn off the clouds and the fog in the afternoon hours. Then it will return tonight, but considerably milder for the overnight low. We'll have the blanket on. That'll keep us a little bit warmer. For Gobble Gobble Day proper, just lots of clouds. Pretty gray day. High of about 34 degrees, 29 for the overnight low. So they've kind of backed off on the temperatures a little bit. Friday looks great. For Black Friday, if you got the day off, get out and enjoy. We'll have some sunshine mixed with clouds, but the clouds are going to have the upper hand. 44 for the high on Friday. Maybe a little bit of rain on Saturday with a high of 43. Mixture of rain and snow, but not really much on Sunday. And a high of 43. We cool back down again, but be expected to be dry conditions on Monday and Tuesday. Best chance of measurable snow here in the Wenatchee Valley, probably Sunday night into Monday. Probably. That's what it's looking like right now, anyway. And that's your forecast from our friends at Apple Valley Honda. It's 8 minutes after the hour. After a break, we will have your headlines, and there's a lot of news to get to on this Wednesday. It's 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel. It's the NCW Life Community Calendar, a presentation of Central Washington Water. The Numerica Festival of Trees concludes with 2 performances of Holiday Spice, Thursday, December 1st and Friday, December 2nd. Top talent from the Valley salutes the season with dancing, music, comedy, theater performances, and more. And the 2 Stanley Lifetime Achievement Award winners will also be recognized. Tickets for both shows range from $27 to $33 and can be bought at numericapac.org.
I'm here at Boswell's Home Furnishings to announce one of their newest lines of furniture, Builtwell, an amazing local furniture maker in Oregon.
Hi, can I help you?
I was just telling my friends.
About Builtwell? They have exquisite craftsmanship, superior construction. I love their designs. Builtwell is a great addition to the wide selection of quality furniture you'll find here at Boswell's.
Boswell's Furniture on Easy Street. It's closer than you think.
We got some fog out there and some clouds. They'll be burning off a little bit this afternoon with a high of 35. It's currently 23 right now. This is a strange weather anomaly. In Ellensburg, I just mentioned it's 23 here in Wenatchee. In Ellensburg, it's 39 degrees and temperatures are above freezing at the summit of the major mountain passes. 10 minutes after the hour, the last 2 Chelan County election campaigns narrowly decided, and there's just about 50 ballots left to be counted, so the results are pretty much a done deal now. Sean Smith of Cashmere will be the newest member of the Chelan County Board of Commissioners. They had one more tabulation yesterday, and that gives the owner of the Walkabout Grove restaurants a 330 vote lead. That's less than 1 percentage point over Leavenworth City Council member Ann Hesburgh. Smith ran as a Republican. Hesburgh ran as an independent. Both were seeking the commissioner post being vacated by Bob Boogert, another independent who beat Smith by 510 votes to win the seat 4 years ago. Smith's win puts the three-member board now entirely back in Republican hands after 4 years. Another win for establishment Republicans. Chelan County GOP Secretary Marty Young will be the newest clerk of the Superior Court. Young beat another independent candidate, Deputy Clerk Sandra Arachiga, by 479 votes out of more than 32,000 cast. The clerk's office maintains the records of Superior Court cases, and they handle jury selection, licensing, and civil orders. By the way, the election results are due to be certified to the Secretary of State's office 1 week from now. A suspected drunk driver was arrested Monday night after she allegedly crashed into a Douglas County Sheriff's Office patrol car that was conducting a separate traffic stop. The Sheriff's Office said the driver, 76-year-old Hendrika Isensi of Bridgeport, then left the scene of the wreck on Highway 173 near the Bridgeport bar, was later spotted driving south on the highway, missing a front tire and sending sparks down the roadway. A deputy and Brewster police officer detained her. The deputies involved in the initial traffic stop at about 7:30 on Monday night reported seeing Insenzi's vehicle driving towards them, then crossing the fog line and hitting the patrol car as deputies moved out of the way. Both vehicles suffered significant damage. Insensi faces charges of suspicion of DUI and hit and run. A career pastor and Bible study leader accused of rape and other sex offenses is free from jail. 69-year-old Michael Edward Wilson of Wenatchee left the Chelan County Regional Justice Center on Monday. He posted a $750,000 bond. He's charged with 7 felony sex offenses and 2 related misdemeanors. Wenatchee police say Wilson sexually abused 2 young adult men in the Bible study group that he led in his Sunny Slope home. Now, on Monday, Chelan County prosecutors told a judge that a 3rd alleged victim has come forward since Wilson's arrest on November 8th. Wilson faces another court hearing in December and a January trial. He worked as an academic counselor in the Wenatchee School District until 2019. While he's on release, Judge Kristen Ferreira ordered Wilson not to provide pastoral services in his home and not to attend religious services without being accompanied by somebody. The Chelan County Public Utility District is going to keep looking for a developer to take over their downtown property. That's the word from Monday's meeting of the PUD commissioners. The agency is going to leave its headquarters at 5th and Wenatchee Avenue next year. They're going to relocate to their new campus out in Old Station. The PUD asked developers to offer proposals to purchase and renovate the 1-block area and wound up with only 1 offer that survived that process. Well, on Monday, the commission directed PUD staff to explore more options over the next 3 months to arrive at a good agreement. Commissioner Gary Arsenault said, and I'm quoting now, "We want to get it right." End quote. The teacher who helped build up the Wenatchee School District's acclaimed mariachi program is Washington's Music Educator of the Year. There's my good friend, Ramon Rivera. He left the district in 2020. He earned the award earlier this month from the Washington Music Educators Association. Rivera led the mariachi program in Wenatchee's schools for about 15 years, building it on the success of his predecessor, Juan Manuel Cortez. It's the latest in a string of awards for Rivera's work with music students. He now teaches, by the way, in the Mount Vernon School District. Fish and Wildlife Commissioners have again said no to spring hunting for black bears in our state. The State Commission last week voted 5-4 against a petition to restore the annual spring hunt for 2023. The season has been on hold for the last couple of years until a fixed policy can be established.
I believe that we should have spring bear hunt seasons, and that our decisions have been mistaken. That's the word that I've used. And I thank the petitioner because he's pointing that out to us and offers his petition as an opportunity to correct our mistakes.
I do think it's appropriate to consider annual spring bear hunts until we have a policy establishing that we shouldn't. because that's been the traditional hunt through time for years and years.
The Chelan Douglas Health District had their bi-weekly meeting on Monday. They discussed a variety of topics, including kids' ailments, focusing on the rise of influenza and RSV.
The graph I'm showing here shows the influenza-like illness surveillance of the past 4 years. So each line on that graph is the light blue is 2019, 2020. You can see that it spiked pretty significantly, much more than any of the others during that winter prior to COVID. And then during 2020, when people were not as active and socially isolating, there wasn't as much influenza-like illness. 2021, things were a little more open, and so there was a little more influenza-like illness circulating. And now here we are in 2022, 2023, and we are increasing in our experience of these viruses much more quickly than we have in the past 4 years. That's being felt in a lot of our clinics, in our healthcare facilities, in our hospitals. Right now, it appears that the three primary agents in Washington state are RSV, rhinovirus, and influenza. We also obviously have COVID around, seen a lot of strep throat, streptococcal pharyngitis. Hand, foot, and mouth disease is something that I've responded to with several schools that are concerned about the number of cases. Within Chelan, Douglas, Okanagan counties, we're seeing a significant rise in influenza-like illness. If you look at the age distribution for those cases that we're seeing, most of them are folks 20 years of age and younger, both pretty much equally split between male and female. But a lot of our younger population is being hit by influenza-like illness. If we look at RSV in particular, we see a really steep rise over the past couple of weeks, starting at the end of October, that is consistent with what the rest of the state experienced in the rest of the country earlier.
And finally, on this Thanksgiving Eve, for the 12th year, the Wenatchee Eagles Club is offering a free Thanksgiving meal to anybody who wants to enjoy a free Thanksgiving meal. And needless to say, it'll be on Thursday. Doors open at 1 o'clock at the Eagles Lodge on North Wenatchee Avenue. I had a chance to sit down with club members Bill Thomas and Bill Walton, and they told me how this tradition started and how it works.
So about 12 years ago, my wife and I decided to do a free Thanksgiving dinner down here because we have what I call old cowboys. People that are by themselves. They come in the morning and have some coffee, come in the afternoon and have a couple of beers. And yeah, they get invited to people's houses for Thanksgiving dinner, but it kind of felt like a square peg in a round hole. So I said, well, why don't we just put on a free Thanksgiving dinner for these little cowboys, So first year we had about 30 people, which it turned out really good. But now it's just blossomed into, at 12 years later, it's blossomed into 150, 200, 250 people. People bring their whole families down. Still, the old cowboys still come, and they feel good now. So that's kind of how it started.
You can bring your families. If you're single, you can come down. We invite everybody.
I think we have 12 to 14 turkeys coming and 4 hams, and then all the fixings, the mashed potatoes, the yams, the dressing and everything else. And I
Deviled eggs. That's my favorite.
Yeah. So then I talked to Papa Murphy's last year, and they donated 10 pizzas for me last year. And so we cooked those up.
And my complete conversation with the two Bills, by the way, in case you missed it yesterday, and if you did, what's the matter with you? That complete conversation will air in the back half of the program. You're in the loop on what's making news. It's already 20 minutes after the hour. This day is flying right by. We got one more newscast before we take a quick little holiday break. We're going to take Thursday off, and we'll be back at it on Friday with a preview of tonight's news. The anchor of the evening news, Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, we'll bring you final results from the November 8th election. Great travel weather for your Wednesday with mostly sunny skies and dry conditions. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Grant's Bergstrom will have the latest on area pro and college sports action. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thank you, Grant. You got a news tip? You want to drop us a note? You're more than welcome to do it, as much your station as it is ours. Send us an email, news@ncwlife.com, news@ncwlife.com. That's our email address. A lot of people get that. You can go to our homepage, ncwlife.com. Look at that beautiful view. Is that still out in Ephrata there, Captain? That's gorgeous. You can go to our homepage, ncwlife.com. There's a contact us icon there. Or go to our Facebook page and drop us a note on the Messenger app. When we come back, apparently there's a football game of some importance to be played Saturday night in the Palouse. We'll preview the Apple Cup and more sports in 1 minute. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
When Mike leaves town, it's a little scary. You never know who might be outside. But we feel safer inside knowing our home is being monitored by a local company. I can check our alarm from just about anywhere. So when we get home, I know it's safe.
Protect your family and save money with a local company. Switch your current security monitoring to Guardian Services from LocalTel. Call Guardian Security from LocalTel now or visit localtel.net to learn more.
Highlander Grill and Golf Course is known as one of the finest wedding venues in the Wenatchee area. You do not have to be a member to come to Highlander. Highlander Golf Course offers a first-class backdrop for your wedding day. Our friendly professional staff will ensure your wedding and reception is picture perfect, from every moment leading up to the I do's to when the lights go down at the end of your reception. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
22 minutes after the hour, the 114th edition of the Apple Cup. Saturday night in Pullman. It's the Cougs. It's the Huskies. It's our website. The Cougars, snapping, of course, that 7-game losing streak in the series. They creamed the Huskies in Seattle last year, 40-13. Husky coach Kalen DeBoer says that game doesn't sit well with the players who played in it last year.
It's the bragging rights, and how you feel about it is always the question, and how excited are you? And then, of course, the history of it. Everyone wants to make sure you understand this game and that game, and they're really the same things happen when it comes to talking about Oregon as it does talking about Washington State wherever I go.
Cougar coach Jake Dickert said the Cougars started planning for the Huskies right after they beat Arizona last week.
I think we set the tone right away in the locker room after the game. We celebrated that hard-fought win on the road, and we know what week it is. The best part about it is, I tell our guys all the time, we prepare every week like it's championship week. So the preparation and what we do within this building, that standard will stay the same. But the energy and what it means to everybody, obviously that gets raised quite a bit. So excited about the challenge of facing a really good team from the other side of the state in the Apple Cup.
Couple of good teams, couple of good quarterbacks. Cougars will go with Cameron Ward. Of course, Michael Penix Jr. is behind center for the Huskies, and Dickert says Penix has brought a new dimension to the Husky offense.
And the quarterback, Penix, has given him just a shot of life. This guy is one of the most accurate passers, I believe, that I've seen in a long time, and he's cutting it loose. And, they've thrown the ball over 500 times, and he's been sacked 7 times. It's incredible, right? So the offense efficiency is top 5 in the country, and it's an extreme challenge, one that we're excited for. We feel confident in what we can do. And defensively, I think you just see the confidence growing as the season has progressed.
Both teams will practice today. They will practice tomorrow on the holiday, but Coach DeBoer of the Huskies said he also wants his players to take a little bit of a Thanksgiving break.
I'm pretty traditional. I like the turkey, the dressing, all that good stuff. But we'll have practice like we would, and we're a morning practice team, so Thursday morning, and then the dinner after that. I've certainly encouraged, and we'll have a practice on Friday, but I've certainly encouraged, that the guys who are local, if they can have an opportunity to take someone with them that doesn't have a place to go, they do that.
Saturday's Apple Cup will kick off at 7:30 Saturday night. Probably be a little cold at Martin Stadium in Pullman. By the way, prior to the rivalry game this week, the University of Washington announcing yesterday that it has extended DeBoer's contract until 20 28th. The first-year Husky coach has led the team to a 9-2 record. They have an outside shot of playing for the Pac-12 championship. DeBoer will reportedly make $4.5 million next year. That's the same that Grant makes. Wow. There's one Thanksgiving Eve game on the college basketball court tonight. It's Washington. They're at home at Alaska Airlines Arena at Heck Ed to host Fresno State at 6:30. You can watch that on ESPNU. I can't. I don't have it. Of course, the Seahawks didn't play last week. They're practicing this week because they got the Raiders on Sunday. Of course, Seattle's coming off a loss to Tampa Bay in Germany. They fell out of first place in the division with San Francisco's win over Arizona on Monday Night Football. Coach Pete Carroll said his guys were eager to get back on the practice field.
Going back to work feels good to us. These guys are fired up to be back. They feel good. They feel strong. I mean, just in the walkthrough, they're bouncing all over the place. The schedule that we have this week will allow us to be fresh all the way to Sunday. By the way, we're doing it and celebrating the holiday too. So they're anxious to get back at it and really test. This is like starting the second half, and so feels like that natural break at the bye, and we're going to try to maximize that by coming out and playing a really good game this week, and it's all we got. So focus is right on the Raiders. They had a big win last week. They have a lot of firepower, and I know it's been frustrating for them this season, but they've got all kinds of weapons, and they got stuff that they can do, and we got to be ready.
Seattle and Vegas, 105 Sunday at Lumen Field. The game will be broadcast on the Columbia Broadcasting System. The Wenatchee Wild on the road at Trail, a midweek BCHL clash with the Smoke Eaters tonight. Comico Arena is the site, 7 o'clock. Wenatchee's trying to win his 5th game in a row. Austin Droughty, our good friend, will have the call locally on KPQ. You can also watch the game if you want to buy it with a subscription on Hockey TV. And the Seattle Kraken, they're also back on the ice tonight in NHL play. They'll take on the San Jose Sharks. The puck will drop at Climate Pledge Arena at 7 o'clock. You can watch it on Root Sports Northwest. And one prep score from yesterday. The Wenatchee girls bowling team improved to 3-0 with a win over West Valley. 1,673 pins. The Rams 1,553. Highest scorers for Wenatchee. Sophia Johnson with a 148. Charlene Campbell rolled a 161. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Wednesday, the 23rd day of November. I could have chosen for the obscure holiday National Cashew Day, National Eat a Cranberry Day. I would say more than one. It's National Espresso Day. But we're going to celebrate the jukebox, National Jukebox Day. The idea of putting a coin into a slot and playing whatever record that you want to play. The jukebox goes back to 1890. Invented by Bill Arnold and Lou Glass in San Francisco, California. It used an old-fashioned Thomas Edison electric phonograph. They made significant improvements to the jukebox since then. Of course, in the 40s and the 50s, the jukeboxes were everywhere. You couldn't avoid them. In fact, approximately 75% of all the records produced in the U.S. in the 1940s and 50s went directly into jukeboxes. And 45s or 78s or wherever that were pressed specifically for jukebox use are now collector's items because a lot of them worn out, or, when they switched out the old records with the new records, people would throw them away. Traditional jukeboxes, as they were a significant source of income for record companies and publishers because, jukeboxes got the recordings first, and then they could keep track of what songs were the most popular ones by which ones people were buying in the jukebox. It was pretty easy to do back in those days, and obviously jukeboxes normally back in the 40s and 50s and even into the 60s sounded better than a regular home stereo outfit. Now jukeboxes are gone. I chose that jukebox because that's the same make and model Wurlitzer jukebox that was the opening credits of Happy Days. Dates from 1952. You can buy one online for about $300,000 now. Let's move forward. We can't move forward? We don't want to move forward? Okay. We're moving forward anyway. Today in history. Ever wanted to know why people who act are called thespians? Because of that guy, Thespius. Thespis of Icaria on this date, 2,556 years ago, quite some time ago, November 23rd, 534, that guy became the first recorded actor to portray a character on a stage. Thespis. That's why they call them thespians. Thespis, the very first actor, if you will. That was on November 23rd, 534. On November 24th, 534, the second performance, Thespis demanded his own dressing room and a personal assistant. And finally, happy birthday to the smartphone. 30 years ago today, you could go to your local electronics store and buy the IBM Simon, considered the first smartphone. Made its debut on this date in 1992. It was the first phone that you could surf the internet on, whatever it was in 1992. You can make telephone calls, you can get faxes, you could send emails, you could check the stock report, all that stuff. The Simon cost $1,100 30 years ago, which is over $2,000 now. They sold 50,000 Simons at $1,000 apiece before they discontinued it about a year later. The problem with the Simon, as everybody discovered, the battery only lasted about an hour. But the smartphone, so to speak, is 30 years old today. And finally, let's do some birthdays. On this November 23rd, we always do presidents. This is another one of the forgotten presidents. We had a lot of those back in the day. The 14th president of the United States, Franklin Pierce, born in the state in 1604. His presidency is widely regarded by most historians as a complete and total failure. He was not a particularly good president. He was a nice guy. Everybody liked Franklin Pierce. It was his wife and his kids who they didn't like, especially his wife. He was a humble, happy-go-lucky kind of guy. His wife was a prude and pious and didn't like anybody. All three of his sons died before they reached adulthood. That ain't good. He was so unpopular with his own party, the Democrats didn't even renominate him to run for a second term. And after he left office, Franklin Pierce essentially drank himself to death. By the way, in case you're curious, Pierce County is named after that guy, Franklin Pierce, born in the state in 1804. And happy birthday to Hannah Montana, or Miley Cyrus, if you will. She's talented. She's talented. And she's only 30 years old. That ain't bad. She's got a long way to go, the singer and actress. Happy birthday, me. My birthday's in August, and it's no longer celebrated by... That's a beautiful photo of me, Captain. It's not my birthday. Of course, if you want to send me a card, that would be great. Or better yet, if you're going to give me a birthday present, make sure it's big and expensive. That's the way I like them. Big and expensive. The more money you spend, the more you like me. Going to take a break. Got an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty and then the two Bills, Bill Thomas and Bill Walton from the Eagles Club. You want to have Thanksgiving dinner for free with some cool people? They'll tell you about it when we come back. You're watching Wake Up on Anchi Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Hi, I'm Jim Heinlein, independent agent and owner at Springwater Insurance Group here in North Central Washington. And it's that time of year again. October 15th to December 7th, that is the time if you have a Medicare plan, do I want to keep it or do I want to change it? For any of those questions, give us a call at Springwater Insurance Group because we're independent agents. We don't work with one company, we work with many companies because all of you have different situations and needs. So if you have questions about 2021 Medicare plans, give us a call, 888-2600.
Getting ready for the boating season is easy with the help of Bob File Boats and Motors. Now's the time of year to upgrade your boat from a new motor, a bow mount, installing a state-of-the-art GPS fish finder, or just fixing your trailer lights. Make your appointment today. With marine technology changing fast, the service department stays up to date with the newest developments and factory certifications. Spend more time on the water and less time at the shore. Get ready for summer fun now at Bob File Boats and Motors.
Funny thing about time. When you're young, summers seem to last forever. And then, before you know it, you're attending more retirement parties than you are baby showers. This is when you'll appreciate our own homegrown, nonprofit, Heritage Heights, working to provide every senior housing option our families might need, right here in the beautiful Lake Chelan Valley. Find out more at heritageheights.org.
Working with August Edge Real Estate, both sellers and buyers feel confident knowing they are in the hands of award-winning professionals. August Edge offers a 2% listing commission, which includes above-standard service and technology.
We offer high-tech 3D imagery, drone photos, local North Central Washington TV ads, and impressive smart flyer installed at your listing. The August Edge website also hosts your home with an interactive featured listing page.
August Edge is professional, personable, and preferable.
Hello, television family. Grab your cup of coffee each weekday morning and join me. I'm Dan Kuntz, the host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's everything you need to start your day. We're live and we're local at 7 a.m. every weekday on the NCW Life Channel.
Discover the magic of the holidays in iconic Lake Chelan. Enjoy wintry wine tastings. Head outdoors to ski, hike, or just have fun. Come experience the breathtaking light displays. Celebrate the season with the neighborhood Santa parades. Or find just the right thing in our local boutiques. Save even more during our Plaid Friday events. Shop local, buy local, play local. Learn more at smalltownholidays.com.
With all the variety on SureStream TV from LocalTel, there's always something to watch. But what if you hit the couch in the middle of all the shows? That's a perfect time to use the features Catch Up or Restart. Catch up on shows from up to 3 days ago, or restart your show from the beginning. Go to your guide and select the show to restart. Then play, pause, rewind on your schedule. Don't forget, SureStream TV from LocalTel lets you decide when shows begin.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, you may be asking what this thing is here, okay? Well, what it is, because I keep punching it, it runs the teleprompter, okay? Now, I'm not the president. I'm not anybody else real important. They don't have the teleprompter set up so that it runs at the right speed for me. So I have to keep punching this button to make it stop and go. So if you're wondering what I'm doing with this, that's what I'm doing. And if you're thinking, boy, that McNaughty really isn't all that bright at all, well, join the club. This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty. Hey, that's my opinion.
Ho, ho, ho. Santa wants you to shop at the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. They have a huge variety of fun Christmas items in their Christmas cottage. There's so much to choose from, and it changes day to day. Santas and snowmen, holiday dishes and decor, village pieces and ornaments. To add to your collection or start something new, you can't beat the prices. What's old is new again for you in the Christmas cottage at the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths, and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Don't stress, just save up to $200 on select tires with financing at our Les Schwab Fall Tire Sale. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
When I was about 16, I got in a relationship. He hit me for the first time in front of his daughter. He physically abused me in front of my children. I couldn't do it no more. Sage was there for me when I needed them. I didn't hear a lecture from them. I didn't hear anything, but just acceptance. And that's what I needed at the time. And they help you with everything that you need to move on in life and heal.
Ancestry Cellars redefines family wineries by connecting wines to their own family. This approach creates unique wines, celebrating sisters, brothers, and family events. Make their wines part of your family story at Ancestry Cellars in downtown Manson.
Skagit Cellars is a multi-award-winning winery from Mount Vernon. Now you can experience this Westside winery in their downtown Manson tasting room. Cozy inside or out, you will be pleasantly surprised when East meets West at Skagit Cellars.
The holiday season is here, and life is hectic. Let Merry Maids help simplify yours. You expect a lot, and Merry Maids delivers more. They'll make your home or business sparkle for holiday parties, special events, and family gatherings. They'll customize the cleaning to fit your needs and your budget. Merry Maids are cleaning experts. They're licensed, bonded, and insured. Best of all, your satisfaction is always guaranteed. Visit online, merrymaids.com, and call for a free estimate. Then you can relax. It's done.
Welcome back to the program. We're here at the Eagles Lodge on North Wenatchee Avenue. We got Skinny Bill and Regular Bill, I guess is the best way to put it. Skinny Bill and Regular Bill, introduce yourselves to our television family, buddy.
So, I was born and raised here in Wenatchee. So, been here almost 54 years.
What about Regular Bill?
Well, my name is Bill Walton, and I've been a member of the Eagles for like 50 years. I joined 1972. And the reason I joined is because my mother had 13 brothers and sisters, and they all belonged to the Eagles. So if I wanted to see my family, I had to come down to the Eagles. So that's why I've been here. So
why did you get involved with the Eagles, Skinny Bill? How did you get involved with this organization?
Actually, I started off as a member. And then I got involved when we were on 9th Street, and I was in charge of like the bingo, all the bingo boards, calling bingo. I still call bingo here. I set up my sound system, and we have bingo every Wednesday night.
And every Thanksgiving, you do something here, which is the purpose of our little visit.
Absolutely, absolutely. We are appreciate to provide a Thanksgiving dinner for anybody. You can bring your families. If you're single, you can come down. We invite everybody.
And Bill, the backstory of how this happened, a dozen or so years ago, I think is pretty fascinating.
Well, yeah.
Share folks how this came to be.
Okay, so about 12 years ago, my wife and I decided to do a free Thanksgiving dinner down here because we have what I call old cowboys. People that are by themselves. They come in the morning and have some coffee, come in the afternoon and have a couple of beers. And yeah, they get invited to people's houses for Thanksgiving dinner. But, you know, it kind of felt like a square peg in a round hole. So I said, well, why don't we just put on a free Thanksgiving dinner for these little cowboys, you know? So first year we had about 30 people, which it turned out really good. But now it's just blossomed into, you know, at 12 years later, it's blossomed into 150, 200, 250 people. People bring their whole families down. Still the old cowboys still come, and they feel, you know, good now. So that's kind of how it stared.
Any inkling 12 years ago that it was going to be 150 people showing up at your lodge?
No, I thought it was a one-year deal. And then it just kept going and going and going.
How do you account for that? Why do people like to do this?
Well, for one thing, people's kids come from out of town into Grandma's house, and Grandma's got a table now as big as this. So they've come down here. That's one reason. But another reason, it's just fun. And the volunteers I get maybe 20 to 25 volunteers to come down and help debone the turkeys, peel the potatoes, set up for the whole Thanksgiving experience, which is great, you know. And so, yeah, that's kind of how it worked, and it just keeps going and going and going, and people look forward to it. I get calls all year long now. Are you going to do a Thanksgiving dinner again? I go, yeah, I think I probably will. So, yeah.
And nobody likes to have Thanksgiving dinner alone, and more importantly, this is a great chance to make new friends.
Yes.
And maybe even run into some old friends, right?
Right.
Absolutely. You know, you never know who's gonna show. I remember last year we did can't remember how many families, but
no, that was a lot.
But anyway, you know, it's a great thing because not only do we have ham and turkeys, but Bill over here has introduced pizza.
So that's not a traditional Thanksgiving dish.
It is for kids.
It is true.
It is for kids. Because we have a lot of kids down here. A lot of kids come on down.
Yeah, and if serving pizza gets kids to come down here for Thanksgiving, then it's well worth it. Because there are kids who just aren't going to be into ham or into turkey.
No.
Outside of that, Bill, I'm assuming it's the traditional turkey menu, traditional Thanksgiving menu.
We have
ham, stuffing.
I think we have 12 to 14 turkeys coming and 4 hams, and then all the fixings, you know, the mashed potatoes, the yams, the dressing and everything else. And
deviled eggs. That's my favorite.
Yeah. So then I talked to Papa Murphy's last year, and they donated 10 pizzas for me last year, and so we cooked those up. And it's kind of a funny story. I'm what they call the cancer chairman. So I try to raise money for the wellness place. Now, y'all know what the wellness place is.
We all know what the wellness place is, yeah.
Okay, so I try to raise at least $1,000 for the wellness place every year, and then I turn that into the Grand Dairy, and we come back and we get a $5,000 grant for them. So I've been getting a $5,000 grant for the wellness place for the last 5 or 6 years. The doctor, I can't remember the guy's name, but the doctor that started the wellness place, I met him when I gave him a grant one time, and he asked me about this Thanksgiving dinner. And I said, well, this is what we do. And I asked for volunteers to come down. So last year he came down and he served the pizza, but he was eating the pizza for Thanksgiving. So everybody has a good time. So yeah, so that's kind of how.
Who pays for all this? I mean, 12 turkeys ain't cheap, and everything else. Where does the money come from?
So I asked people to donate turkeys. You know, a lot of the ladies, they go shop, and of course they get a free turkey if they pay $100 or $125 or whatever. So, or they buy them. I have one fellow, actually our president, is going to deep fry 3 turkeys for me, and he deep fries them. I buy the oil for him, but he deep fries them and stuff. And I got one guy that said he's going to smoke a turkey. So we have all different types of turkey, all different flavors and stuff. So the other thing I do is with this turkey here, that we put a turkey on the wall, and I ask people to donate $5, and they could put their name up there on the wall. So all these people have donated $5 at least for a feather. I got to give a shout out to Carrie Rowland and John L. Scott. She's got a $100 turkey up there.
Good for
her. Or a $100 feather. And so does Casper Valley Bank. They've got a $100 feather up there. So if you want to donate $100, I'll put a feather up there for you.
Or $5.
Or $5 or whatever.
So give me, again, we're talking to Skinny Bill and Regular Bill, I guess, is the best way to put that. Give folks the gist of what they need to know. Say, hey, either I want to help you guys out by giving you some dough, or I'm going to come down here and eat. Give me all the pertinent information about Turkey Day down here at the Eagles.
Okay, so what happens, it's open to everybody at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. If you want to bring down a dish, if you're making turkey or if you're making your Thanksgiving at home, and you're famous for something like your green bean casserole or your baked beans or whatever, and you're famous for that, cook me a pot, bring it down here between 9:30 and 10:30 so we could put it on here and feed everybody. If you want your dish back, put your name on the plate so we can get your plate back to you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the big thing.
Yeah, sometimes we get a lot of stuff down here, and then people come looking for their plates, and I go, I don't know, it's in there somewhere, well, I think. So, and like I said, if you want to donate money, we put money, and all the money goes to the Thanksgiving dinner. Now, if we have more money left over than we use for the Thanksgiving dinner, we are going to adopt 15 families this year for Christmas. And what we try to do with those families is that they're basically, some people come down and they put their name down, how many kids they have, whatever, and we will put a dinner together for them and presents for the kids and actually take it out and give it to them at their house. So if we have money left over, that's what we do with the extra money.
So 1 o'clock until the food runs out. Again, here at Thanksgiving at the Eagles Lodge in North Wenatchee Avenue. One last question, Bill, then we'll cut you loose because we're running short of time.
Sure.
Let's get folks joining your fine organization, this fraternal organization of Eagles.
Okay.
A lot of fraternal organizations have come and gone. The Moose are gone. The Elks are gone. Eagles are still around. Sell your product to my television family before we cut you loose.
Well, I think the Fraternal Order of Eagles, we have 1,483 areas across the country and Canada. And we also have 1,209 auxiliaries across the country. All the money that we raise for all of our charities, 100% of it goes to that charity. We have no administration costs. And I think people are finding out exactly what we do. We've been the best kept secret in the world for a long time. This interview is one reason why we want you down here, so we can let people know that we are here and what we do. Like I said, we give money to just about everything that will kill you. Diabetes, heart fund, cancer fund, you name it. That's what we raise money for. And 100% of that money goes to that particular project.
Happy Thanksgiving. Go ahead.
That's the thing,
Go ahead,
Dan, is that any food that we end up with at the end of this Thanksgiving, we take it down to Lighthouse.
Yes.
And we donate it. Yeah. We do have a fundraiser going on for the Heart Fund via our president, Greg Whitman. He's raising money for the Heart Fund. So we have a lot of different organizations that we donate to throughout the year. And so, we're a nonprofit, but, we want to make sure that things go where it needs to go.
Skinny Bill, good to see you. Good to meet you.
Hey,
Thanks for the
great
phone
to meet
call.
you.
Regular Bill.
Right.
Keep up the good work.
All right.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
All right.
Thanksgiving to
Happy
you.
Thanksgiving to you.
You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Alignment Pros and Express Lube. You'll get 5-star quality service every day. Brakes, alignments, shocks, struts. Napa certified shop with warranty parts. From front to back, Alignment Pros offers a variety of services for your daily vehicle to your custom car. And waiting for service is no problem in their upstairs waiting room. Enjoy a hot or cold beverage, sit down with a good book, or play a game of pool. Alignment Pros and Express Lube. Look for their holiday specials online.
I believe we've been coming to Abby's for 56 years, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
56 years.
Remembering all the events as a family and a community that we spent at Abby's.
Excellent and delicious food at an affordable price. We're delighted that we live close enough to be able to be a frequent customer.
And we are.
And we are. In fact, we've got orders to bring home a giant pizza when we leave here tonight.
The Culinary Apple is your stop for custom gift boxes with treats for everyone on your list. How about a locally grown, locally made gift box with apples, fudge, and cinnamon glazed nuts? Let the Culinary Apple help you put together the perfect gift for this holiday season.
Come to Willow and see our wonderful selection of home decor, fragrances, beautiful jewelry, and adorable baby items and clothing. So much to choose from and an experience that is memorable and inviting. It's all here in the heart of Chelan.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. We can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Bob's Burgers and Brew in East Wenatchee, a place for the entire family. Open daily for lunch and dinner. We use only the finest ingredients, prepared fresh when you order. The full menu includes your choice of over 20 gourmet beef or chicken burgers. And catch your favorite game in their full-service lounge while sipping on an ice-cold beer. Bob's Burgers and Brew. Fast, friendly service. We will see you there.
Crystal's Restaurant and Lounge in Leavenworth has a warm environment to enhance your dining experience. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Crystal's Intimate Lounge is a wonderful place to relax and dine with beautiful views of the mountains. Do you have a special occasion coming up? Call Crystal's to reserve their event space. Whether your event is grand, intimate, or casual, Crystal's provides unforgettable food and superb service. Crystal's Restaurant and Lounge, proud to be serving fabulous food and drinks.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a four-letter word.
I think I'll sell my veggies at the market.
You even remember to water the house plants. I do this?
You can do this.
Hey, we need to build a home office.
We're adding another bathroom.
I think I'll study programming.
Bro, you even connect your phone to Bluetooth.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well-versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
All right, getting ready to wrap up this program on Thanksgiving Eve. And if you're just joining us, you know about the movie Devotion. They shot the combat scenes. It's a movie about a couple of fighter pilots during the Korean War. Those scenes that were shot in the air were shot right here in the Wenatchee Valley, so a lot of people are talking about it. Devotion is now playing at the Liberty, at the Gateway, and at the VIP Lounge. And by golly, from our friends at Sun Basin Theaters, I got a couple of tickets. I'm not going to give these away until Friday, but you can enter right now. Winner at ncwlife.com. Winner at ncwlife.com. Get your email address in, just like the good old-fashioned Winnie Wednesday. Send me in your email. I'll draw one winner. They'll win a pair of tickets, and you can use these to go to the movie Devotion at any. It's playing at the Liberty, at the Gateway, in the regular theater, and the VIP Lounge at the Gateway. Winner at ncwlife.com. Employees of Solion Broadcasting, Local Communications, and their immediate families are not eligible. Sorry, Captain. And if you do not enter the contest, you cannot win the contest. One entry per email address. You remember the rules. One entry per email address. And I'll give these away. I'll do the drawing, by the way, on Friday, because we're not going to be here tomorrow. Yeah, we're taking Thursday off. Let's do a quick little weather synopsis for you. The storm has passed. The accidents have been cleaned up. We're going to be okay, pretty quiet. Not a lot to talk to today. Still going to have some low clouds and fog today. It'll burn off. We'll see some sun breaks this afternoon. As you can see, very little travel impact expected today. Easier still for the holiday proper. Going to be cloudy and a little on the cool side, but there's no precipitation at all in the forecast. Friday, Saturday, pretty dry, maybe even some sun breaks. A little bit of rain possible on Saturday night, and a chance of snow overnight Sunday night into Monday. Wanted to give you a heads up on that, but all in all, there's really no complaints. It's going to be pretty easy to get over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house. Right now, there's just one requirement for traction tires, and that is on Blewett Pass. From our friends at Apple Valley Honda and the National Weather Service, of course. Here's your forecast. Still got the fog. It's still hanging around. It's only 21 degrees. It's 33 degrees at the summit of Stevens. So the higher up you go, the warmer it's going to get. We'll see some sun breaks this afternoon. High of about 35. Clouds and fog return tonight, and it's not going to go away for Gobble Gobble Day. 28 for the overnight low. So Thanksgiving, pretty cloudy, pretty gray, pretty cold, but most of us will be inside anyway. With a high of 34 degrees, 29 for the overnight low, so very little temperature variation, which is something we can expect this time of the year. Friday doesn't look too bad. A couple of sun breaks and considerably warmer. High of 44. We're actually going to be above normal for the first time in about 3 weeks or so for Friday. Into the weekend we go. Partly sunny Saturday and a high of 43 with a slight chance of rain. Slight chance of a rain-snow mix overnight Sunday into Monday. Have a great holiday. Hope you have a chance to spend it with somebody you want to spend it with. We will see you Friday. Bye-bye.